I'm Dr. Stephen Stahl. I'm a professor of psychiatry at the University of California in San Diego and an honorary fellow at Cambridge. Some of you may know some of the books I write in psychopharmacology, but I'll bet some of you don't know that I've recently taken a position as the director of psychopharmacology for the Department of State Hospitals. And what I'd like to do is invite you to apply and start your career with us. Why would you want to do that? Well, I can tell you, after having consulted for many years and now working more regularly, it's an amazing group of cases you will find here. You will find and become an expert over time with cases of treatment-resistant psychosis, of impulsivity, of aggression, of self-harm. These will also be helped in terms of your professional development by peer interactions, because you really are in a type of a group practice. And also, I have some oversight function for the whole state, which would allow me to interact with you on some basis, but also I have a member of my team in each of the hospitals, and they could interact with you. In fact, over time, you might even become a member of such a team as your career progresses. So we would very much like to have you join, learn some of the excitement. Actually, you know, the action in psychiatry right now is in forensic settings, state hospital settings. So it's with a great enthusiasm that I invite you to apply to start your career with the Department of State Hospitals in California. I'm interested in working at the Department of State Hospitals in California because there's a great deal of psychopharmacology that occurs in this system. And a lot of it is complicated. And even at my stage of career, I'm learning. It's a very interesting group of people that have, I guess you'd call them cases outside of the box. They're outside of guidelines. They're difficult sometimes and fascinating at other times. They're treatment resistant, problems with aggression, impulsivity, self-harm. These are cases that are not seen elsewhere, and they need great psychiatry. And in my case, they need great psychopharmacology. So I'm very fascinated with this, and it's an interesting challenge for me. The benefit of starting one's career at the Department of State Hospitals is that this is where the action's at in psychiatry today. I didn't cause that. I didn't necessarily have to like that or not like it. It's just the fact. Forensics, corrections, state hospitals. This is really where the great amount of psychiatry is being practiced in the 21st century in the United States. So if you want to be where the action is, you would go to the Department of State Hospitals in general and to California in particular. I've been recently appointed as Director of Psychopharmacology for the statewide system. This is 6,500 patients in 8 facilities and about 300 psychiatrists. We see in the psychopharmacology resource network, we see the most fascinating, challenging cases of all of the system from all of those doctors. You'll be able to interact with my group, who include one person at each site, but also who network with each other and with me. I also travel to the sites 1 or 2 times a year myself. In addition, we have lectures, and we also have case-based presentations to enrich your own professional development. Well, in closing, what I'd like to do is warmly invite you to apply and start your career with the Department of State Hospitals in California. I think you'll find it a fascinating and professionally enriching experience.